Hello.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Hi. Good morning. How are you doing?
Yes, ma'am, I've been fantastically well. And how about you?
I'm also doing fine. Thank you so much for asking. So, as I can see, this is the very first time that we are meeting, right?
Yes,
Okay. I was saying that this is the very first time we are meeting, right?
ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. So, we could probably start with a round of introductions. What do you think?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
Okay, do you want
Get
to
them
go
back.
first? And I could
Yes,
follow maybe?
yes, ma'am. Actually, network issue I'm realizing here. Yeah, my name is Sangeeta. I am from UP Muradabad, and
Mm-hmm.
I am a homemaker and a profound mother. And I run a YouTube channel. Actually, I recently created my YouTube journey. Earlier, I was not that. And if I talk about my study, so I have a degree of master, and I have a degree of law. And if I talk about my hobbies, so earlier my hobbies was different, like singing, dancing, and making that kind of hobbies I had. But now it totally has become
Hmm.
changed. Now my hobby is just I'm truly passionate toward this language. So I indulge myself with this language. And when I have a conversation, so I feel that I can't speak in front of any person, but by the practicing I that yeah I can do, and I am assertive, and I can speak in English because of nowadays I am practicing, and yeah, I can get my fluency and everything too, because I'm an indomitable person, so I am working upon my skills, so definitely I will achieve my fluency and everything. So that's much about.
Okay. Right, sounds fascinating. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for telling me a little bit about yourself. Very quickly about me, my name is Ananya. I am originally from Calcutta but currently reside in Delhi. I'm working as a PhD research scholar in English at JNU New Delhi. I also used to teach at a state university before this as a guest lecturer of communicative English, and I have a total experience of around 7 years. So that's more or less about me. Okay. All right. Yes, that's what. Okay. So now coming to your journey with English so far, you have told me what are the problems or why you want to learn this language. But can you tell me a little bit more about this transformation that you have had? Where do you think you have improved over the days, and where do you think you're still facing some challenges when it comes to speaking in English?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, when I go to outside, so I realize that every person who is talking is speaking English. So I feel that I am a fish out of the water. So
Hmm.
that is the journey has been started from there. Because nowadays I'm realizing that whenever we go to children's schools, so all the children are having a conversation in this
Hmm.
language, and
Hmm.
they doesn't pay, and teachers also doesn't pay attention to those parents, those who doesn't know how to speak in English at school.
Hmm.
So, because when I go to my niece and nephew schools in English medium schools, so I always realize this thing. So that is why I got motivated there that yeah,
Right.
I should learn this language,
Okay.
because if I have to go outside with my child, so I can't even take the water while purchasing if I go out of India. So these
Hmm.
things I realize, and even I can't eat anything if I with my child. So I think yeah, I should work upon my this
Hmm.
communication skills now. So that is why I am working.
Okay, I understand that completely. Okay, so we will obviously take a look at where these areas of improvements are, and I'll try to give you some suggestions and tips and tricks to walk through. But obviously, we'll have to have a conversation before that, right? Our conversation today, we will break it into two parts. Okay, in the first, generally for all my classes, I like to do some spontaneous speaking activities because in real life, most conversations are spontaneous, and they people would come up to you, they would start asking you questions, and sometimes we do feel nervous about that aspect of talking, right? We do feel underprepared and overwhelmed. So we are going to address that first in that part, where I'll just ask you random bits of questions and you have to answer them as you like. And once we are done with that, we'll move on to the second part where we will focus more on the topic of the day and have a more structured discussion on the prescribed subject. Okay, clear? All right, so let's start with our spontaneous bit, as I said. But before that, do you have any question?
Mm.
Okay, let's start with a very simple activity. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your daily routine? What do you do from the morning till the night?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, daily routine. Okay, ma'am.
Yes,
Uh, Ma'am, in a present day, present tense.
yes, yes.
Yeah. First of all, I wake up early in the morning at 5 o'clock. Then I go to take a bath, and I go downstairs to prepare breakfast for my child because he is a toddler, so that I have to send him in his school. So after preparing his breakfast, I come back upstairs and I heat his milk to give him. Then after eating, I bring him milk and I try to wake him up, and I help him in having a bath. And after that, I get him ready, and after that, when his van comes, so I stand him in his school. After that, I take a bath and I go to temple to offer the sacred water to Shivji. After coming back, I perform the ritual and I do some prayer from with the God. And after that, I prepare breakfast for me for my mother-in-law, and we have breakfast while chit-chatting. And after that, I complete my all the house kitchen work. And after bind up my kitchen, I come back up the stair. Then I pack all the things away, whatever is clutter, my child, because he always clutter the home with the everything like utensils and tools, paper, all the things he clutter all the time. So I always try to keep all the scattering thing into the cupboard. And after that, I try to read something. Actually, I'm not too much in reading, but yeah, I try to read and I practice with my learners. And then I take session with English Yari in this time. And then it is the time of his uh, coming, of his come to from his school. And after going down the stair, I prepare lunch again because it is my child time. So when he comes, so I get his dress changed, and I talk something. I have conversation something with my child. So have you had lunch and what did you do in your schools? I talk to him like this, and after that, I change his clothes and all the things too. Then I try to feed him. If he want to eat something, so I give. Otherwise, no problem. And after coming back, again we play with my child, and I try to sleep him. If he wants to sleep, otherwise he plays. He plays like with me or with my uh, cousin, cousin-in-law. And after that, it's a time of his tuition. So I send him in his tuition, and at that time I utilize my time while watching some content and like related to English. And after that, when he comes, so 2 3 children come to me for studying, so I volunteer teach him. And after that, while teaching them, I prepare my dinner and I do two work simultaneously at that time. And after finishing my all the kitchen, wind up my kitchen, we have our dinner, me, my child, and me. And after that, before hitting the bed, I edit my videos and all I do, and I post my videos on the YouTube. And till 11 o'clock, I sleep. And sometimes I take 11 o'clock, sometimes 12 o'clock. So it is my routine.
Okay, all right. Sounds like a very productive day. Good job. Now, a few things. Sometimes when you're using the V3 form of the verb, like say gone, you used somewhere. You're not putting has or have before that, right? He has gone to sleep, or he had gone to sleep. So that is something you have to take care of if you're using that tense, that is. Otherwise, you can just go with simple present tense or past tense. I go to sleep, he goes to sleep, he went to sleep, whatever it is, right? Another thing is when you're trying to pronounce E words, sometimes it is coming out as A pronunciations. For example, you are saying edit, but it's coming out as added, right? So it can be a very misleading pronunciation of the word. People might say or think that you're talking about addition and not editing because it's sounding like added. So you have to work a little on that. The pronunciation is edit. Can you do that with me? Edit.
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 Say it once.
Okay.
Yes, yes, much better. So take care of that, otherwise I think you did fine. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So yes, now we're going to do an activity that I like to call the emotions game. So I'm going to ask you about some of your emotions one by one. You have to tell me what makes you feel those emotions. Okay.
What makes me feel emotion?
I will give you the emotion. I will give
What?
you one emotion. You have to tell me what makes you feel that emotion. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's start with happiness. What makes you feel happy?
Happy.
Yes.
Um, yeah, ma'am. So I feel happy
Hmm.
when I go somewhere with my husband because I like traveling.
Hmm.
So these things make me a lot happy, and especially when my child go with me, so we both happy. We both become happy because, as you know, when we go to outside with our family, so it is
Hmm.
the best happiness moment.
Okay. All right. What makes you feel angry?
Anger.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. I feel anger when I was scolded by my husband.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I feel anger at that time because no wife want to afraid to anger when she was scolded by her husband. So that is the scenario with me. Otherwise, it's okay.
Okay. What makes you feel frustrated?
Frustrated when my child go to outside because I'm living in my village area and the atmosphere is not so good here. So when my child insists on me to go outside alone for playing, so I always deny not to go outside because it is not good place for you. So he always uh, go outside. Sometimes he
Right.
go to
Okay.
outside without my permission. So at that time, I frustrate a lot.
Okay, all right. One thing is you said when my child go to outside. Two mistakes in this. Firstly, child is singular. So the verb has to be plural, right? According to subject verb agreement rules. So when my child goes, plays, eats, whatever it is, it should be plural because child is singular. And then to outside is wrong. Before outside, outside here is an adverb, right? We don't place a preposition. When my child goes outside, okay, when my child goes to the school, when my child goes to the market, then you place to. But before an adverb we don't put a preposition. Okay, clear? All right. Now tell me what makes you feel scared.
Scared.
Hmm. Hmm.
Scared. Yeah. When I watch any horror movie, so I feel my heart in my mouth, and I feel so much scared after watching horror movie at the night, especially.
Okay. What makes you feel jealous?
Jealous. Actually, jealous. Jealous
Yeah,
frustrated. I what should I speak on the jealous? No, ma'am.
think about it. Nothing.
No, ma'am. I don't have
That's
idea.
good, that's
No,
good.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, last one. What makes you feel sad?
Sad. Okay, ma'am. When my husband goes to his duty, so at that time I become so sad because when I got married, so after 2 months, my husband goes to his duty to leave me in here. So at the time, I become so sad because it was 2 months, and so that's why.
Oh, all right. Makes sense. Okay, thank you so much for telling me a little bit about your day and your emotions and everything that you do. On that note, we'll move on to the topic of the day, which today is about sales techniques and features. Okay, so I'll be asking you about some questions. Tell me what you feel about them. Okay, clear? So, your first question is, how do you feel when a salesperson approaches you? Say, when you're in a mall, you're surfing through things, and someone comes to you and asks you if they can help you. Do you feel nice about it? Do you like being approached, or do you like, being left alone by yourself?
Yeah, it depends on the situation. Sometimes I feel that, yeah, because sometimes we get a good product, so we feel that, yeah, it's a good when the salesman approach us. But sometimes when we busy in our activity, so we feel like that let it go because nowadays we don't need to this, and sometimes we have that kind of product and kind of things. So we feel nothing is need. So this is the thing.
Okay, I understand. Now, what do you think makes a brand trustworthy in the eyes of customers?
Yes, ma'am. Brand is actually trustworthy because whenever I go to, I prefer branded clothes. So I realize that brand is trustworthy for all. Because if we go to non-brand, so we bring from the market and it's a destroy, yeah, it is not durable and it can spoil anytime after washing that, even after wearing one time. So brand is trustworthy.
Okay, all right. Would you be able to handle the constant rejections and criticisms that salespeople face?
Yes, ma'am. Pardon, please.
Yeah, would you be able, do you think as a person, would you be able to handle the constant rejections and criticisms that salespeople face, which they have to face a lot? People constantly tell them, go away, or we don't want to talk to you. As a person, would you be able to handle that kind of rejection ever in your life?
Yes, ma'am. Sometimes I feel that kind of rejection, and yeah, I handle very beautifully because I know how to handle that situation. So yeah, I can overcome that kind of no problem.
Okay, I understand. Now, what role do you think online reviews play in your decision making process when you're thinking of buying something? Can you give me some examples?
Yes, ma'am. One more time, please. Explain to me the easy way.
I can't hear you. Your voice got broken. Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, I'm asking. Please make me understand again this question.
Yeah, I was just asking that what role do online reviews play? Do you look at online reviews when you are trying to buy something, thinking of buying something, or do you not look at it? You just go
Yeah,
along with the
yeah,
pictures that they
yeah, ma'am.
post. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I prefer online reviews because it comes to know that what kind of product is that. When we get a good review, so yeah, it is worthy to buy. Otherwise, if there is no view and good view, so mm, we can't refer to that product and anything whatever is showing in the interface of the mobile and any other kind of things. So yeah, always I prefer to the views.
Okay, I understand. Now, making telemarketing calls, all these calls that we receive, that please buy this, are you interested? That is a technique used by many companies. Do you think that is an effective technique, or do you think it is annoying?
Yeah, I think that's a effective technique if we are talking on the mobile. So yeah, it is good technique.
Why do you think so?
Why do you think? I'm just like that.
Okay, all right, I understand. Now, your last question would be a situation in which imagine you are the saleswoman, salesperson, and I'm giving you a product, you have to sell that product. Okay. One, the product is a pencil, but it also has a very good eraser at the back of it. So that can be your selling point, but you have to tell me that what can be some ideas that you can use for selling this particular product. What would you say or what would you do to convince the customer to
Okay.
buy this product?
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Morning, ma'am. And I
Yeah.
am a salesperson. And I have a this pencil, and there is a good pencil. When you use it, so you will become very happy because this pencil is a eraser from the backside of its pencil, and its writing is very useful. Whenever you write, to jot down anything in your register, so you feel that yeah, I have a something good and you can erase easily with the help of this eraser because you will not find anywhere that I don't have eraser. So you will not go here and there for finding the eraser. So you can find the eraser at the top of its back, and you can easily write anytime, anywhere, and you can learn your children how to write with the help of this pencil. And you can sharp this pencil anytime, whatever you feel, and whenever you want to do any work and whatever you want to jot down any work in your copy. So you can chart your pencil easily and it will start working. And no need to that it is finished and all that. And it is very useful for children and elder as well because this pencil is made of wood and it is very fine and every children use pencil in standard LKG, UKG, first, second, third, and which is very convenient for them. If they commit any mistakes, so they can erase easily and they can overwriting again. So this pencil is very useful for all children and elder as well. Because when we jot down anything, so we have to jot down in a raw me. So if we commit any mistake, so we can erase and we can complete our things without scribbling our copy and etc.
Okay, I understand. Okay, okay, good job, good job. So now coming to the feedback. I think see you have so much potential. You know how to express your ideas well. You always take a pause to think and then you express whatever you want to say, and that's I think a great quality to have. But having said that, there are some grammatical mistakes that are happening sometimes, which you have to take a little care of with subject verb alignment, with prepositional usages sometimes, with plurals here and there that I've tried to correct you, but it's not something that's you know that's a huge mistake of sorts or that's kind of hindering what you want to say. But make sure that you're working on this alongside and you are clarifying your doubts and you're using the correct grammatical element wherever the need is. That's number one. Number two, I think you can also do a little better with your answers. You can elaborate them. Try to maybe go through the questions of the topic from the session note if possible. Beforehand, I'm not asking you to prepare questions, but see if you can think of more points when you're speaking. Because it's also a sign of a very good speaker when they can speak on a particular topic for a longer period of time. When they can hold that thought and build a narrative around it, right? So just try to see if that's something you can do. Otherwise, I think you have huge potential and you're doing pretty good for yourself. Just work on this specifically and you'll be good to go. Okay, that would be all from my side. But if you have any question, you can ask me. Okay, all right then. So that's everything from me. I hope to see you soon and then we'll talk some more.
Okay,
Okay,
okay, ma'am.
all
Thank
right.
you. Have a
Thank you
good
so much.
evening, ma'am.
You too. You too. Have a good day. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye.